Come on, where are you? What's going on, bro? About time, man. You ready to get into this?
Give a damn, baby, when I feel like it.
Multiworms, the premier NFT project on the MultiVAC network, is our proud sponsor. Welcome to another episode of Non-Fungible Pete. My name is Pete, aka the Film Boss, and today I'm pumped. We have an exclusive interview with Pedro, aka Gore, as you know him on Discord, one of the founding members of the Littlebits team. The Littlebits NFT project on the MultiVAC network is a fascinating project. Besides being your normal NFT project with exclusive rarities and great art, they have some really cool ideas for gamification and a future in the metaverse, which I'm excited to share. So we had some exclusive content drop today. He told me stuff about this project that I had no idea, I'd never heard before, and I'm really excited to share this. So let's dive into the white paper, let's dive into the website, and let's find out everything we can about Littlebits. Littlebits is here to fulfill a demand of NFTs for profile pictures where the amount of diversity coincides with the number of unique characters generated. Basically, the team has been working to tirelessly provide a close representation of every type of investor in the MultiVAC ecosystem. And that's pretty cool. So basically, you're going to be able to have a avatar in Littlebits that represents who you are, and then use that in the future of NFTs gamification and metaverse, which is where they're evolving towards. The team consists of Pedro, aka Gore, a designer, video editor, and content creator, a program engineer named GIFmaker, who also used to make robots, and then a renowned pixel artist named Cal, who's pretty famous in Brazil during the Tumblr era for his creativity and pixel expertise. The Littlebits project consists of 10,000 randomly generated characters assembled based on an attribute drop table. So each character is composed of several attribute slots, 12 for males and 11 for females, and the white paper really details how they break this down, the diagrams, and how it's possible to get the character that you get. All right. Pretty cool thing here is they've actually gone such into detail with the rarities that they developed their own overall rarity system and then labeled them from common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and then the most rare is iridescent, which means you have on the costumes, and I believe that's less than 1%, which in fact it is because it's labeled right down here. So this is the percentage of characters and the character rarity that you can have. So it shows you how rare some of the legendary and iridescent characters will be. So back to the website. Again, 10,000 Littlebits, no owners yet because they haven't launched. Our mint price is 3,000 MTV, and they came to that after debating about whether low or higher, as that's a popular topic right now between NFT projects. Here is some of the awesome artwork. I love this stuff. You can see we have the characters here. These are the rare costumes that they were speaking about. And you can see how we have really a bunch of diverse attributes here. Everything from skin type to clothing, eyeglasses, hair type. I mean, they really have covered the main attributes here to give you a real diverse look at some of the ways that they're going to generate these characters. They're a little bit different than your normal NFT in that they're into gamification and they already have these animations, and it's almost like these characters are kind of alive as opposed to just a picture. For the roadmap, this is where we're at right now. Q1 is the start. Littlebits is going to launch on MTV Art as soon as it is available. Also initiate the airdrop and then continue on towards the gamification and metaverse updates throughout the rest of the year. And finally, we'll be finished on phase 1 at the end of Q4 with the alpha lobby room, which we spoke to Pedro about as well. Here's some frequently asked questions, some cool pics of the team and their Twitter handles, and that's it. And now we're ready to rock. So let's speak with Pedro, aka Gore, and find out more about Littlebits. Welcome. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a big fan of Littlebits, and I can't wait to hear all about this project, to tell you the truth. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, specifically in video and design, and how you got into this project about 6-7 months ago?
Actually, I always worked with post editing, video editing, audio engineering, a little bit, pun not intended. But it's so hard to find staff, and you end up doing everything.
Did it start with the idea of an NFT, or did it start with the characters? How did it start?
So it started with the character, the artist, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing me some things and everything, and he always did those pixel art, and I call him pixel maximalist because he is so annoying You know, like, oh, there is this rule and that rule that you can't do it. And then like he showed me the character, and I was like, okay, I see some potential here. Like, can we make it like to change, to have different styles, and can we make a girl and everything? And he said, yeah, it's possible. Let's try to do so. And then started working with assets, like new models. It's like we really wanted to have something like people will be proud to have, something that can represent like you, like as a person. But our dev and he's like, we are all three friends, and we always had this idea of making a game. But making a game, there is so many things. Like you need audio, you need sound effects,
Oh,
and
wow.
then you need animation. Each is unique, so you will need to animate 10,000 little bits. And that's crazy. We have the pipeline to have like all little bits, the smart contract, everything's ready to go. I have some friends that work in the NFT industry, and they are trying their like great projects with great development and developers and real money there, like with investment, and they are struggling in Ethereum.
So you brought up that there are the two other key members of the team, Cal, the artist, and then Gift Maker, the robot veteran. You tell me us a little bit about them?
Cole, he have a background in something totally different than art. Like he's a lawyer. It was his hobby, but then like he started his Tumblr. Then he became famous. Have like some, like BuzzFeed Brazil talking
Yes.
about him and like, oh, his gifts, his pixels and everything. And our developer, he always worked with like engineering and like programming, and he was always very interested in making a game, making an idea, and we are close friends. So it's like, okay, let's do it.
It's a diverse group. You have a lawyer artist, which is a crazy combination. And then on the other
Crazy.
side, you have a guy with a robot background.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's great.
We have 10,000 randomly generated characters with over 500 attributes. Each character is composed of several attribute slots, 12 for males, 11 for females, and there are over 500 possible attributes. So Littlebits fulfills the demand of a digital avatar, which you were saying, for every type of crypto investor. The main question I had is, are there any little bits from Jersey?
That's a funny question because we have always this idea, especially here, like New Jersey. It's all the jokes from New
Mm-hmm.
York
Mm-hmm.
sitcoms. But since I am a foodie, it's like I know that the best pizza is in New
Oh,
Jersey.
you know it. You said it right. Yeah.
But no, we don't. But in a way, we have because
Right.
we are all human beings, right?
That is correct. But there are 6 different rarities, which was pretty interesting because on some of the other NFT things, there's usually rarities specific to each individual character, but you guys have actually kind of grouped them, and you have 6 different levels of rarities for the overall score, I'm assuming.
Yes,
And they're common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and iridescent, which is the costumes I saw on the website, correct? Oh, that's awesome. And they're very rare, correct? Right? The costumes.
yeah, very rare, like
Perfect.
1%.
Wow. Can you discuss a little bit about the rarities and some of the ideas behind them?
So the rarity is like the template of rarity. We just took what is very common used on like games, like World of Warcraft, and then like we had like different percentages, and then like we need to fix like small details, and like our dev is really crazy about. He needs everything to be precise, and right now I think it's 99% all done.
So this is the first I've heard of this. You're talking about that there's initially going to be a lobby where little bits can go into to meet up with each other. Is that correct?
Yes. Well,
Wow.
that's something that we really want to do. But before that, we need to make like a foundation for the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that is the second step of the project right now. The first one is the release, everything will be working fine and everything.
Okay.
The second is like starting the gamification of some. We're gonna have like our own coin, so it's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
be. We don't. I think mostly decided, so I can say. But the name will be Little Bucks.
Ah, wow.
Yeah. So, and then you could, we have like ideas to make a way for your NFT in a game way, like to to earn like little bucks. People will want to play the game to earn little bucks, and as we go, we will create like new features and utility for the token and for your NFTs. Because right now it's complicated. Oh, you can promise, we can say we can do everything, but actually like promising it's complicated. Like I really hate like having okay, the project will be the next like sandbox or something. I believe eventually we can reach that, but it's something that we need to start from the beginning. We don't want to take money for ourselves and we just put on the project because it's a long-term project. It's not for now. The second step is the foundation for the game, and then we want the lobby where little bits can like interact with each other.
It's really a whole realm of Web 3.0.
Yeah, indeed, that's something that I really like. We really like the idea of the little bits having like a city, and then like have this city being created while we spread and buildings with different functionalities that you can play mini games and everything. We need to start with like one, two, three buildings and have like utility for them, and then we can spread
Yes.
eventually and continue working on the project.
Like a real new world.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we have a real view, and then we start to spread.
We have MTV art coming up to launch. Are you waiting for that specifically? And does that look like it's going to happen on time? Or you have contingency plans in case it doesn't, it gets delayed?
We have been talking with them like for 3, 4 months right now.
Mm-hmm.
Before there wasn't like a team formed to MTV art. So we was talking with the core staff. We knew that it was impossible for them to answer NFT questions where they're trying to run a blockchain. But then after like the team, like Tom, Eric, everything starts to move on. From what I know, I think it's this month that we're gonna have MTV.art, and then if not, we will have like a pre-sale for everyone to have like a taste of what little bits will be. We wanted to make like bundle discounts or progressive discounts. Like we still don't have any feedback from MTV.art if that will be possible. And then we'll see because maybe we can like have a supply there and a supply on our website.
I know the community is going to play a big role in the direction of the game as it was put on your website. Can you give us any tidbits and some ideas that are brewing with the Little Bits team for the gaming and the metaverse?
Right now we have these 4 buildings that we need. That would be the factory. That is where you're gonna put your little bits to work. Like for example, you have like an amount of energy, and then different rarities will get you different rates per hour in little bucks. And then like if you leave your little bit there working, and then he is empty of energy, out of energy, you would go to the hospital, and then like you wait like 1 hour for each bar of energy, and then like maybe some pharmacy where you can buy like potions or things that will make you work harder. It's always like creating a way to have utility for the token. The community loves the casino idea. We saw that a random number, it should be very easy, but since we don't have like access to the chain link information that creates this random number, so it's like having a casino where you can't have a random number. That's problematic. For us, it's this idea of a factory, a hospital, like maybe a spa. I don't know if it's a spa or a pharmacy, some way that you can, like, this is the main thing right now.
So 1,000 of the 10,000 Little Bits are going to be put aside, and 500 are going to be used for the first airdrop. And for every 5,000 MTV staked, which is a great support to the community, they get a raffle ticket up to 20 tickets. So basically, if you have up to 100,000, you get 20 tickets is the most you can have. And then you're going to randomly draw these. Is that how this works?
Yeah, it will be everything public. We're gonna have like a seed number, and we're gonna have like a screenshot of every wallet. The idea is based on the MultiVAC NFT airdrop, the first one, the classic one. Everybody will have a chance. Of course, that the whales will have more chance to get, but at least like everyone will have a chance to get a free little bit in their wallet.
I think that's a great idea. Was there a tough choice in choosing MultiVAC? Was there other options? I know you said Ethereum was kind of crazy. Obviously, it's very expensive.
I really love the team. I really love the tech. I love the community. So it was like, why? There is no reason to be in any other. But I think it was the best choice.
As people get invested in this stuff, the gaming and things like that, can you give us like kind of like a timeline and a look at what you see going forward for this?
What we really want is to have something already functional by June.
Okay.
Or early. Because since the first step is going to be something static, like we're going to click the building, then it's going to pop up a window, and then you can make functionalities and everything. So there is a lot of things to do, and we are like so ahead of time with that. I think till June, we will have definitely something like playable. And we're also waiting for some information from MultiVAC. Like they need to release like the developer kit or anything. So we need to have a better understanding of how the blockchain will work. Like Asimov is the king, because what he's doing is showing everyone like the adventures of Asimov. That's amazing. Like he helped us so much. I talk to him frequently, but it's like but he doesn't know how much he helped us. Also Charles, like those two guys I think they're the key personalities of this blockchain.
I try to ask this to everybody I have on, or at least I'm going to. What you have any information or advice, I guess is better, for anybody who's starting their own NFT project or investing in an NFT project?
One advice is like to find your crew, to find like a niche topic that will create something unique. Like we are trying also our best to do something great. So you need to know like artistic, maybe you can be similar to something, but you need to be unique in your core, you know, like what is your motivation for this project? I believe that's the key right now.
That's a great piece of advice. Well, I appreciate you coming on today. I learned a ton, and I'm more excited about this project than I was when we first started this conversation, because it looks like you're very ambitious and doing some big things. As always, do your own research. Do your own damn research. Make sure you're comfortable with all the facts that you find out and all the decisions you make before you invest in any NFT project. Don't just listen to dumbasses like me, unless you like listening to dumbasses out there. And then hit the subscribe button below. Talk to you soon.